Hi everyone. I think I said last week this was going to try and be a live class. Failed again. It's Sunday afternoon and I've almost run out of time for the week, so apologies. So I thought it'd be better get something recorded this week rather than nothing. So you can start my hoodie. It's blimmin' cold today, so hopefully I'll warm up in a few minutes. So hope you're all well. So we're going to use the rings today. If you've got a ring, if you haven't, maybe just have a cushion or something you can squeeze between your knees. A larger ball would work maybe. See what you can use. So we're going to start with your feet together, and just let your arms hang down by your side. Follow the line up from your ankles, through your hips, through the back of your ribs, through your shoulders, stretching up through the top of your head. Check your weight is even left side and right side through the feet, and that your weight is even through the big toe, the little toe and the heel on each foot. And then gradually grow up a little bit taller, and as we're doing so, we're going to let the shoulders drop down away from your ears, and your elbows and your arms and your fingers just gently hang so they go away towards the floor. Okay, so we're going to soften the ribs, tilt your pelvis backwards, forwards, and find the middle. And then just very gently, a little bit of pelvic floor activation, just to think about the lower tummy muscle, and then let everything go. And then repeat that again, just about half of the effort this time. So almost just an awareness around your lower tummy. Okay, breathing through the side and back of the rib cage. Getting some sideways movement through the ribs. And on the out breath, just start to let go of any tension away through the head and neck and shoulders. Away through the arms and the fingers. Away down through your trunk, through your thighs. And then as you breathe out, any tension flowing away through, down below the knees, away through the feet. Okay, so we can close your eyes from here. Should be feeling relaxed up till hopefully nicely balanced. And you're going to lean the weight forward through your toes, keeping the heels down, and then lengthening from your heels all the way through to the top of your head. Slowly coming back to the middle, and then this time take your weight back over your heels, but keep your toes gently engaged on the floor. Can't get my words out because I'm concentrating on not falling over. Okay, slowly bring it back to the middle. This time you're going to lean over towards your left. So still keep both feet on the floor, but just feel how the weight transfers through the feet, and then slowly come back to the middle. Finally, over towards the right side. And again, think of a long line all the way from your heels, through the back of your ribs, coming up tall through the top of your head. And then let's bring it back to the middle with your eyes closed, even weight, big toe, little toe and heel on the right, on the left, and then slowly open your eyes. So, okay, so hopefully feeling a little bit more awake and aware of the body, and we're going to go feet hip width apart. And with the ring now, or with your cushion or your ball, we're going to roll the shoulders backwards and then float the ring up above your head for a stretch, working on controlling the ribs here. Okay, take the shoulders up towards your ears at the top of the movement with straight arms, back down away from your ears, and then come back down and repeat. So roll the shoulders backwards, stretching up, control the ribs, shoulders up to the ears and down away from your ears, and then come back. One more. Roll backwards, control the ribs, stretching through the arms, shoulders up towards the ears, down away, and then come back down. Okay, this time I'm going to roll the shoulders back, which you're going to hold at the middle position. So you can just about see through the top of the ring. So from the side, checking your neutral, controlling the ribs, float the shoulders up, bring them back down. And then with your shoulders in the down position, you're going to reach your arms forward and then coming back. So shoulder blades are sliding around your rib cage, coming back through the middle and then gently drawing back towards each other. Your head is trying to stay absolutely still, as if you've got a book balanced on top of your head. And then coming back. So stretching forwards and then coming back. One more, going to stretch forwards and then come back. Good. Okay, so roll the shoulders back, control the ribs. This time we go up onto tiptoes. And then press the heels down, keeping the ring up, keeping your ribs down. And we're just going to rise up and down 5 or 6 times. So reaching up, try and lift your head as tall as you can. Think again, even weight through your toes. This one you're going to hold at the top, and then we're going to reach over towards your left, and then come back, and then repeat over to the right, and come back. So your head framed by your arms. So I think I've got the camera a bit closer today, so you can't really see my arms, but I think you know what we're doing. Okay, come back, one more to either side. And one more over to the right. Okay, let the heels sink down. This time we're going to turn your chest, your head, your nose. And then come back. And you're trying to keep your pelvis fairly straight forward here. So we're turning through your upper body. Struggling to keep my arms straight on this one, so really got to reach long through those arms. One more to the other side. And then come back down. Good. Okay, so coming into some squats. If you've got dodgy knees, you can just do very slightly soften and straighten, soften and straighten. If you want to take it into a squat, bums coming back over your heels, you're reaching forward. Remember, your kneecaps aren't coming past your toes, but your bum's coming back over your heels, and then pull back in. Remember, the line we're trying to get even is the line from your ankle through your knee, and then through your upper body as well, from your hips up through the top of your head. So trying to match those angles, and then come back. Okay, off we go. So reach. On the way in, you're going to push your hips forward, tightening your glutes at the top of the movement. Good. If you've got a ring and you want to work a bit harder, you can squeeze on the way out and release on the way in. So squeeze on the way out, release on the way in. Squeeze on the way out, release on the way in. So at the top of the movement, pull your glutes in, control your ribs, and repeat. Squeeze and back. Squeeze and back. Squeeze and back. 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. This one we're going to hold at the bottom. Check that alignment, and then we're going to lift up through the ring and back down. So lift in, chopping back down towards your knees. 3, you can do 2 more. 1, 2, good. Come back up tall. My legs are all tired already. I was running this morning, so hopefully this is going to loosen them up. So from here, we're going to go for the little foot series. So number 1, we bend the knees, pressing the ring out. Number 2, rising onto tiptoes, let the ring come in. Number 3, ski jump. Number 4, let the heels come down. Ready? Off we go. So press back, bring it in, ski jump, and down. Knees bent, heel lift, ski jump, and down, knees, heels, ski jump, and down. This one, let's hold the ski jump. So keep it up tall. I went too far. I've lost marks for a technique on that one. So check those shoulders are down away from your ears. Control the ribs. Think of that long line. Stretch your arms back if you can as your chest comes forward. Let the heels come down. Let's do one more. Nice and smooth, this one. Okay, and last one. Soften your knees, onto your heels, ski jump, and down. Good. So ankles, knees, get warmer. Right leg forward, left leg back. We'll do some rotation, we'll do some diagonals on this one. Keep the feet forward. Heels are going to stay glued to the floor on this one. So we start with the ring over the outside of the front leg. Your chest is going to follow, and your nose is going to follow the middle of the ring. So lift it up, and then come back down. Lifting up, and back down. Lifting up, and back. Good. So try to turn through your chest, through your upper back, and then think of the weight transfer through your feet, through your hips, through your chest, up through your arms. So moving through the whole body to get the movement. Keep an eye on that back foot, so we get a nice calf stretch at the same time. One more. And back. Good. Okay, so change sides. Ring over the front leg. Turn your chest. Okay, lifting up and out. And coming back. And repeat. And back. Okay, 4. If you want to time your breathing, we can breathe out as you lift up and in, on the way down. Out, on the way up, in, on the way down. 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, good. Let's do one more. Let's do one more for the legs. Just going to move my small cushion. So we're going to go into some lunges on this one. So we're going to do a dynamic lunge. We're going to do a stepping lunge. Now, you might just do this one to work on your balance. So feet on train tracks. And we're going to step one leg back and lift the ring up. And then back to the middle. Okay, try to land your feet on the same spot each time. Let's see how well I do on that one. So step back, lift up, and to the front. Now, the lunge part of it, if you want to go deeper than that, we go back. I can look forward so I don't fall over. We go back, we aim your back knee to the ground as the ring comes up, and then step back in. Repeat on the other leg. So step back, lunge, come back in. Step back, lunge, come back in. As ever, don't worry if you're not taking knee all the way to the ground. Even if you just take the back knee down a small way and then come back up, then that's fine. So work at your own levels. Don't want any knee pain with this one. So you do need good knees to be able to go all the way down on this exercise. So any creaking, any crunching, don't, just do the step. So just here and then back. Work on the balance, work on the coordination. Okay, 2 more on either side. So you've got 1 and back, 2 and back, 1 and back. Last one, 2 and back. Good. Okay, getting warmer, definitely. Okay, so if you've got your ring, we'll make the most of it, and it's going to go between. We'll start off with it between your ankles. Now, If you haven't got a ring on this one, then, well, let's get you started if you've got a ring. So backward circles, balance through your right leg, and then gently squeeze in. Let me focus again. Up toe, squeeze and release, and then add in the circles. Okay? Now, if you haven't got a ring, you're just going to do the same movement. So we're going to control, try not to touch the foot down. So still working on your balance. You just won't have the resistance of the ring. And again, think about that long line all the way from the back of your heel up to the top of your head. Squeeze, release. So not many left now if you've been doing them all. So last two, last one. Okay, so you know what you're doing now. Let's change sides. Okay, so up tall, small backwards arm circles, squeeze and release. Aiming for 10. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Okay, now if you can with the ring, you're going to turn it on a diagonal. Kind of almost front to back ring for really, but it'll end up being slightly diagonal. And again, if you haven't got the ring, you're going to do the same movement. Just take the leg forward and then backwards. And then this time we'll do backward circles with your arms out straight. So, now try and keep your back knee straight on this one. Okay, good. Right, so we're going to change to go to the other side. And we're coming out. I'm going to squeeze and back. Squeeze and back and repeat. Last 3, 2, 1. Okay, excellent. You're going to step inside the ring. I just need to check something on my screen. Good. Okay, so feet inside the ring this time. Again, if you haven't got the ring, you're going to end up probably doing a second set. So it's going to be like the same movement that you've just done. If you've got the ring, we're going to start squeezing outwards. So taking the weight through your right leg, keeping up tall. This time we'll go arm shoulder height if you can. And we've got forward circles now. So squeeze to the side and release. 4. Keep your knees as straight as you can. Shoulders down away from your ears. Last couple. Last one. Good work. Okay, so up tall. Let's change sides. Imagine a book's balanced on your head. Oh, my leg's feeling this today. Okay, so backwards one. Last one. So tall on your right leg. We'll do low circles in this one, but we'll do forward circles. So squeeze back and just let go. Squeeze back and release. So you really got to work hard to keep your back leg in particular straight on this one. One more. 10. Good. Really having to concentrate on that. Okay, change sides. That doesn't feel right. There we go. Okay, so up tall, forward circles, squeeze that back leg back. So you're working on the glute on that leg. You're trying to stand up really tall. So headlights for your pelvis forward. I feel I'm almost having to lean forward a little bit today, so really trying to keep up tall. Okay, good. Right. Oh, I think that's my legs done already. Let's place the ring down to one side. We're going to give 2 roll downs to take it down into our mat work today. So from here, Velcro back, heels, bum, head and shoulders in a straight line. You're going to breathe in to prepare. Breathing out. Slowly rolling down, chin towards your chest, through your upper back. Keep the weight forward over your toes. Coming down one level at a time to where you're comfortable. Small arm circles. And reverse them. Breathing in to prepare, and then slowly scoop your pelvis back up, restack one level at a time, tall through the top of your head. Let's go arms wide and just gently let the arms drift back if you can, shoulders down away from your ears, control the ribs, and then just lift the breastbone gently up towards the sky, breathing in at the top. As you breathe out, just let any tension flow away through your fingertips, flow away through your whole body, away through your feet. And then next out breath, slowly bring it down. Roll down one level at a time. Coming down to where you're comfortable today. Bring the arm circles. And reverse them. Okay, and in your own time, slowly gonna come down onto the mat. I'm gonna come back up and change my camera angle. Grab a drink if you need to. And we're gonna start on the mat with your small head cushion. I forgot to say actually, small head cushion, and might use the thicker one as well. We might do some roll downs and sitting. For those who want to. So, small head cushion, we're going to go onto your back, and in this position, if you've got a ring, the ring can go between your knees. If you've got a cushion or a ball, again, you can have that between your knees. So aiming feet hip width apart. If you've got a ring, you might find your feet are a little bit wider. So, head cushion just to the back of your head, stretch your hands down towards your feet, relax your shoulders, let your shoulder blades sit back on the mat. Gently tilt your pelvis backwards and forwards, find the middle, soften through the ribs. Let's go palms up facing each other. And we're going to start off with a ring squeeze as you stretch your fingers towards the ceiling, and then release to come back. And repeat. So squeeze and reach, and then release. Squeeze and reach, and release, and repeat. So you can breathe out, stretch up. Breathe in to come back down. Breathe out to stretch up. Breathe in to come back down. Maybe squeeze as you reach, and then let go on the way in. We're going to do one more, and then this time we're going to change for arm openings. So squeeze to open, and then release to come back. So squeeze to open, release to come back. In fact, let's change this. Let's go, that's the letter T. Then we're going to go letter Y, working on the ribs. And then we're going to go arms overhead. No idea what letter that is. And come back up. So we've got T. We've got Y. And then we've got arms overhead. T, Y. Guess it's kind of like an I really, isn't it? Let's call that the I. Okay, arms overhead. So really work on controlling the ribs, control the ribs, control the ribs. Okay, one more. Squeeze into the Y. Arms overhead, control the ribs. And then come back up. Good work. Okay, so from here we're going to go into crunches first of all. So controlling on the way up, aiming your ribs to your pelvis, coming back down. If you prefer with your arms by your side, again then reaching up and then coming back. On the way up, to make you work a bit harder, you can add in a squeeze of the ring if you want to. So squeeze and back. Breathe out on the way up, breathe in on the way down. Out on the way up, in on the way down. Okay, we're going to do 4 more. 3, 2. 1 more. Okay, and then going to go into our obliques. So we're just going to work towards one side first of all. So hand hovered, left hand hovered, right hand behind your head. Breathe in to prepare. As you breathe out, curl up and across. Again, you can add in the squeeze and then come back down. Imaginary apple between your chin and your chest. Can tell I've not used the ring for a while. Inner thighs are certainly feeling it. Okay, again, we've got 4 more. So 4, 3, 2, and 1 more. Okay, and then we're going to change sides. So repeating on the other side, breathing in to prepare, breathing out, come up and across. Off we go. Okay, halfway. So I've normally been recording these in the morning, and if it's a bit dark, it's getting lighter throughout the class. Whereas it started off light, and now it's pretty dark and gloomy and windy, and trying to snow a bit. And as I said, very cold outside. So it's good to be indoors. Okay, last 2. Last 1. And coming back down, good. I'm going to have a mini stretch here, getting cramp. Okay, so let the knees come apart. Not finished these yet either, so see if I can get up off the mat after this one. Okay, so feet together, knees dropping apart, and then coming back. Good. Okay, so just to finish the inner thighs off, we're going to do some bridging. So back onto the mat, stretch your hands down towards your heels. We're going to roll up into your shoulder bridge, and then roll back down through your ribs, through your lower back, through your pelvis, and relax, and repeat. So let's do 2 or 3 nice, smooth, easy ones first of all. Try and engage your glutes at the top. Back down. Okay, 1 more. And then coming back down. Okay, so next one we'll hold at the top, and then just to finish off the inner thighs, we're going to go for 5 squeezes. So breathing out, squeeze, release on the way back. Breathe out, squeeze, release on the way back up, on the way back. If you want to add in a bit of arm variation, you can take your arms over your head as you squeeze, and then back up to the middle. Arms back, squeeze, and release. Let's say 5. I think we got one more maybe. And come back. Good. Roll back down. Excellent. You can take the ring out of the way. Let's go hamstring stretch. So use our ring for the hamstrings. And then take the other leg away. Okay, and then we're going to change legs. So take it to where you're comfortable. Stretch the other leg away. Okay, and then back to the middle. Just do another slight variation in the inner thigh stretch. So keeping the pelvis level, you can take that knee out to the side. And then only if you're comfortable bringing it across to the other hip. Again, if you're not comfortable there, just do a knee hug. Okay, and then we're going to change sides. So left foot over your right knee, open up through the knee. And then bring the opposite knee to the opposite shoulder if you're comfortable. If not, just come in for a knee hug. Okay, so we're going to repeat some of the arms and the crunchies and the bridging for a second set now. If you've got a ring, the ring's going to go on the outside of your knees. So if you haven't got a ring, you can put like a tied dressing gown cord. If you've got a short band, you can put a short band around there, or a longer band you can tie in a knot, or even a belt. Do the belt up. So a few different variations you can use so you get the outwards pressure. Heels in towards your bum a little bit. Let's start off with some outward squeezes. So we go double arm reach again as you squeeze. And then this time, if you can, with your shoulder blades. So the shoulder blades have gone around, they've slid around the rib cage, and on the way back, you're going to let them just gently thunk back into the floor. So stretch, squeeze, and then release. So learning to just release the tension around the shoulder blades. So squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. One more. Okay, so this time you're going to squeeze and we do outwards movements again. And then release to come in. And then we go letter Y. And arms overhead with the ribs controlled. Coming back, so Y. Well squatted for those who realise that mistake, that was obviously T, this is Y. This is arms overhead. So T, Y, arms overhead. Okay, one more set. Arms overhead, hold it there, control the ribs, big stretch, still squeezing outwards, and then release. Good, coming back. Second set of crunchies. So hands behind your head again, or hands down by your side. I think I'll vary it for hands behind my head on this one. I'm going to curl up and then coming back down. So keeping the shoulders down away from your ears. Curling the ribs towards the pelvis. Halfway. Remember, you can squeeze outwards against the ring on the way up. Last two. And one more. Okay, then we're going to go to our obliques. And on this one, we're going to go to opposite sides. So over towards the right, over towards the left. Breathing out on the way up. Breathing in on the way down. Okay, so count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then coming back down. Good. Okay, going to go into your shoulder bridge. So stretch your hands down towards your feet. And then breathing into prayer. As you breathe out, you're going to roll backwards, gradually peel up one level at a time. And then roll back down and release. Okay, number 2. Number 3, we're going to hold at the top. Okay, so you've got a couple of options here. And I'm aware some of you may not have the ring around your knees. So you can go for heel lifts, keeping the toes down if you want to. Okay, and then every time you've done 2 or 3 on either side, you want to check the pelvis again. So here, just check, have I dropped maybe a fraction? Not too bad. Has your pelvis tilted forward? If so, scoop that bum underneath you. Are your ribs still nicely controlled? And then roll back down. Okay, and then repeat. So rolling up. Okay, for those of you who are quite strong here, you may want to tap the toes. A little harder with the ring around your knees than normal maybe. If you haven't got the ring again, you might want to challenge yourself with these, but again, no back pain. Should feel the glutes working. When we've done 2 or 3 either side, just check again. I think I've dropped a little bit there. Roll back down. Okay, I'm going to do one more set. So rolling back up. Okay, and this time you can either go heel lift or you can go leg extension. Keep them really high through the hips throughout the movement. Again, a bit more challenging with the ring there, but not too much worse than just, it's a heavy exercise anyway, so when you do this version, if you know that you're really controlled around your middle, one more either leg. and roll back down. Very good. Okay, so let's repeat our stretches. Hamstring stretch first. Stretching the other leg away. And change sides. Okay, and then from there you go to right leg over the left knee, let the hip turn outwards. That's it on this one. If you want to go into a deeper glute stretch, feel free with your hamstring stretch as well. Slowly down and change legs. Okay, bringing it into the glute stretch, adding on the hamstring. Okay, coming down from there, hold that position, just cross the other knee. If you're comfortable, bring the knee over towards the opposite shoulder. And then we'll repeat that because we didn't do it on the other leg, so just switch sides. Okay, very good. So from there, coming over onto your side, and we're going to do a little bit of work in sitting. So we're going to go for our roll downs. So for those of you who are more comfortable with your roll down sitting on a block, you can get your block or your cushion handy. Just check that you feel stable on it. Check that when you're rolling back, you're firmly on the block and you're not going to roll back off the back of it because that would not be very comfortable. I'm going to start without the block, see how we go. Okay, so you're holding onto your knees, feet pointed, and then just really stretch up tall, relax your shoulders, so long through the back of your neck, long through the back of your head, reaching up tall, and then slouch down, let gravity take over for a second. Okay, coming up tall again, reaching up tall, relax the shoulders away from the ears, and slouch down again. And then coming back up tall once more. Okay, so if you've got your ring handy, we can have the ring in this position as well. And imagine someone's holding the ring in front of you and they're supporting you, so they're almost pulling you forward, they're pulling you up. And then as you come back for your roll down, they're going to support it. So someone's supporting the ring now, and then we're going to scoot forward and sitting up tall. Okay, so we roll backwards, and then scoot forwards, and coming back up, trying to restack the vertebrae one at a time. Off you go. We're going to breathe out as we roll backwards, and then in, on the way back up. And breathe out, on the way backwards, and in, to roll back up, stacking up tall at the top of the movement. Okay, let's go for 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and then from there you can reach the ring up above your head for a stretch. And again, just place the ring down, hold one knee, or hold both knees, have a little stretch up, and release. Straighten out one leg, little knee bounce, gently rotate the leg inwards and outwards. and then leaning forward into a hamstring stretch. And then change legs. So little knee bounce, roll the foot inwards and outwards, and then leaning forward into a hamstring stretch. Okay, good. So same exercise again, but we're going to add in slight variations. So I'm going to hold one side of the ring, my palm is inside the ring, and palms inside the other side as well. So we've got our arms crossed in front of you, and we're coming back into the obliques, so the diagonal movement. So up tall first of all, and then this time we're going to come back, crossing the arms, and then coming up tall. Now if you haven't got a ring on this one, you can actually have your arms crossed on your shoulders, coming back up tall, or you could do kind of our normal outwards reach, and then back, outwards reach, and back. Or if you want to shorten the lead, we're going to do Usain Bolt, pull back with your elbow, sitting up tall, pull back with your elbow, sitting up tall. So whichever arm variation you want to. So with the ring, we're just going to pull across, and then again, imagine someone's pulling the ring up tall for you, and then pull back to the other side. So you're squeezing away from you, so one hand's working against the other hand, which brings in the obliques quite nicely. Okay, two more to either side. So 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Good work. Okay, so if you've got your ring, we'll do another seated hamstring stretch. So up tall, gently straighten the knee, leaning forward. Okay, so trying to keep up tall through the chest so we're not just slouching down too much. And then change sides. Okay, so got a little bit of time left to do, what should we do? Let's do a little bit of upper body. Okay, I know what we're going to do. Okay, so from here, we're going to do, while we're in this position, we're going to do the lifts. So I'll demonstrate first of all, and then you can choose which version you want. So you've got number 1 with the knees bent. You're going to lift out into tabletop, and then come back down, okay? If you're okay with your legs out straight, you can get started with the reverse plank in that position, okay? I think I'm going to do a couple in tabletop to start with. So hand position, if your wrists are okay, your fingers can be pointing towards your bum. If not, you can either go sideways, or even, it doesn't really matter with the angle of your hand, doesn't changes things slightly. Change where you feel a stretch through your arms. Depends on your wrists really. So trying to lift up on this one on the tabletop, you're really trying to push the hips to the sky, bring the controlling through the head and the chest and the shoulders and back. Okay, change my hand position. Okay, one more. Okay, I'm going to go for straight leg now. You can carry on with whichever version you're doing. Okay, so breathe in to prepare. As you breathe out, I'm going to push the shoulders away from the ears, straighten out through my triceps, through my elbows as the triceps work, and then lifting the hips up high, and then come back down. Okay, breathing in to hold. So breathing out to push up, breathing in to hold, and then breathing out to come back down. And again. Okay, heavy exercise this one. If you're finding this one too hard, remember you can always go from a chair to start off with. So hip width apart and then just lift off the chair and back down. So push through the arms, lifting up, coming back down. Okay, last couple. Only did the chair demonstration then to give myself a sneaky little break from these because I'm finding them quite heavy. Okay, coming back down, very good. Let's go over onto your hands and knees and sit back into shelf stretch. Take your right hand to the right side, left hand on top of the right. And then repeat over to the other side. Okay, and then to finish with, we've got everyone's favourites, the side planks. Can hear your cheering. So what do we need? I don't think we need a head cushion, do we? Unless you really, if you can't do these, we don't want to cause any injuries, then you can go for straight leg lifts. So we go for a leg reach and back down. Just really work on the control from your ribs to your pelvis. If you look down, you should just see your toes. You shouldn't see your knees. So side plank, we're going to start off on your knees. So knees, so start off with your legs straight actually, that's probably easiest, and get everything in a nice straight line. And then we just take your knees back behind you, keeping the hips forward, so pelvis neutral, ribs controlled, shoulders down, away from the ears. And you're going to breathe in to prepare. As you breathe out, you're going to lift the hips, and then breathe in to come back down. So this is the first version. If you find it heavy but you want to work on it, you can just do a very small lift from here. You don't have to lift up the whole way. Try and work on keeping those shoulders down though, so we really control through the upper body. Okay, so you can go long lever as well, remember. Okay, I think we've got about 4 more. And if you want to, for your final challenge, you can stay up with the movement. And I always think these always feel really heavy if you haven't done them for a while, which clearly I haven't. And then come back down. Good. Okay, so over to your other side. And choose whichever version you want to do. So if you want to do leg raises, that's fine. If you want to do the side planks, we're going to come out really straight. Chop yourself off of the knees. Check the hips are forward. Okay, breathing into prayer, breathing out, lifting up and over, and then in to come back down. Okay, good. So if you want to do the full version, remember, legs out straight. Breathe out on the way up. Breathe in on the way down. Check those shoulders are down, away from your ears. So last 3 or 4, you can stay up if you want to. And then slowly come back down. Brilliant. Okay. Collapse in a heap on the floor. Let's do a little bit of lower back stretching then, a bit of a rotation to finish with. So coming onto your back, and we have your arms out wide. Move the ring out the way. We go knees together and feet together. Move my phone out the way as well. Breathing in to prepare, and then breathe out very slowly. So think about unwinding one level at a time. Coming up, we're keeping your shoulder blades on the floor. My left foot is piggybacking on my right foot. And then I'm going to unwind now through the ribs, coming down slowly towards my pelvis. Pause in the middle, and then start to go the other way. So slowly coming up through my spine to rotate. Right foot is piggybacking on the left foot. And I'm going to unwind again from my ribs, coming down through my middle. Okay, this time I'm going to repeat one to either side and turn my nose away to the opposite side. And then if you know you're fine with these, if your back's okay, you can extend out your top leg. So nice controlled stretch. Keep those shoulder blades back on the floor. Let your arms relax. Fold your leg back in. Slowly come back. And then repeat once again to the other side. Coming back in, and then slowly unwind. Good work. So from here we're going to go over onto your side, and then over onto your front. You can come back into straight shell stretch. And then we're going to come out of there with a downward dog. So let the heels sink down towards the floor, pushing away along through your arms. And then soften one knee, straighten the other. We're gradually going to walk the legs back in towards the hands, to where you're comfortable. And then slowly from there, coming back up with a reverse roll up. Excellent. Okay, so just going to finish in standing. So let's go feet hip width apart. Line, that long line coming all the way up from your heels, through your pelvis, through the top of your head. And then just finish with a couple of slow deep breaths in through the side and back of your rib cage. Letting go of any tension through your head, your neck and your shoulders, down through your chest, away through your legs and away through your feet, away through the floor. So leaving the whole body now energized. I'm definitely warmer. I definitely feel a bit more elastic. Hopefully you do too. I think between the legs and the upper body there at the end, I think we managed to work a bit of everything today, so that's quite good. Have a very good week, and I will endeavour to get another recording to you at some point this week. Have a good week. Okay, bye.